and welcome to Manuel Goes Racing. And today, as you might have gathered from that fucking horrendously noisy intro, this is Nascar 21 Ignition. And this is a quick look at it because, well, I haven't spent that long in it, but long enough to find out that I don't particularly want to play a lot of it at the moment. So, without further ado, we'll start off by having a look in the options menu. I use the term options loosely, as you'll see in a second. So you go to the options menu and it says change options. Why? General stuff. Units, default view, HUD display. It's got a HUD display. Could have fooled me. Steering animation, which you can change to wheel and hands, or none, or wheel only. Language. Probably bad will sum up what you'll probably think of this to start with, so be prepared. We'll miss that one for a minute. Difficulty and assists, usual selection, AI difficulty level, champion. I don't know how fast they are on that, but they didn't seem like they were that quick, but there we go. Is it 5 levels? Yeah, 5 from novice up to. So I mean, I'll leave it on that. It doesn't make a lot of difference to me one way or another. Driving line, just on or off. So there's none of this clever stuff with having it only in the braking zone or anything like that. So steering assist, I assume that only works if you've got a controlling. Brake assistance off or on, low, high, etc. ABS off and on. Spin recovery and traction control, which is low, medium, high, off, and we'll leave it off. Manual or automatic transmission, we'll leave it on manual. I'll get on to why I think you might need one of these on, whether or not you think you're a veteran of, shall we say, racing games. Audio, usual selection of master sound effects, engine, tyre noise. I still can't hear the tyres, so I'm not sure what that's doing. Voiceover volume and music volume. As you might have noticed, music volume is on nothing because, well, basically I listened to the first couple of tracks and was not impressed and thought, oh my god, that's horrible. But I turned them off for a YouTube video anyway. The voiceover volume only affects your crew chief when he's talking to you, which is, we'll get onto that in a minute as well. I'd like another one that says tell somebody to fuck up. Display settings, usual selection of low through epic on the Unreal Engine things, anisotropic filtering, shadows, texture resolution. All of these go from low to epic with a few exceptions. Post processing, sky and clouds, particles, reflections. Not there's a lot to reflect, there's only a bonnet really, and the other cars. Depth of field, you can't turn it off. Anti-aliasing, motion blur, you can't turn it off. For fuck's sakes, allow people to turn those shitty fucking things off. I don't know why you would leave them so you can't turn them off. I don't like motion blur, and I don't like depth of field effects. And you'll see when we get in, if that's what's causing all the pretty shitty looking graphics, then somebody needs a arse kicked basically. Player date of birth, really? Some content requires you a legal age to view it. If there's an age limit, put it on the fucking game and assume that everybody who's bought the game should be old enough to play it. It's up to their fucking parents. It shouldn't need you to put your date of birth in a bloody game. Ridiculous. Now, controls. Controller. That's it. Really? Steering wheel, choice of various, that's it. If you haven't got one of the predefined controllers, you're fucked, as far as I can tell. There's nothing to set what controls you use. There's nothing to say which button you want to do what. They've defined what you're going to do it, and that's it, you're fucked if you want anything else. I, with a controller, usually use these buttons on the shoulder for gear up, gear down, and I have gear up on the left, gear down on the right, so they're opposite to the throttle and brake, which makes sense to me because I don't use two fingers, I use one. On this, it's Y and B, I think, is up and down, which I just, no, it doesn't work. I end up, obviously, I keep having played games for years with those particular button settings. I keep changing fucking camera view or something daft, so that's why, despite the fact that I've actually tried this with a controller, I personally felt it was absolute shite. I did try it on a road course, which probably wasn't helping at the time. I'll get into that in a minute. But as far as controllers are concerned, if you don't like what the defaults are, you're fucked. I can't use my H pattern because there's no way to set it, because it's not a Fanatec H pattern connected via a wheelbase. So, yeah, whatever. You can't set degrees of rotation, you can't set a damn thing. So, all in all, as far as the controls are concerned, 1 out of 10 for at least putting some different things other than just one thing in there. No custom, no nothing. So, that's it. If you don't like it, stuffed. So, as I said, I don't know what they called it, an options menu. I don't call it options. Online, haven't tried it, but it's what is it? This matchmaking stuff. There's no private lobbies, no nothing else. It's, you just say join, and that's it. That's all you get. You get thrown into something. You can invite a friend. Why you want to invite a friend to something you have no fucking control over, I don't know, but whatever. Race now is the usual selection of select the track, your driver, whatever. Not that it makes a fuck's worth of difference. There's only 3 cars to choose from, and they're all pretty much of a muchness. You can select where. I mean, the selection of tracks is the full selection of everything that's been used in, should have been this year's championship. Whether or not they did or not, I don't know. But Watkins, Texas, Talladega, the Super Speedway, Sonoma road course, Road America road course. I didn't think they were racing there this year, but whatever. Richmond Oval, Pocono, the interesting tri-oval. That's a really one of those tracks you have to try at least once in your life. Phoenix, New Hampshire, which I think is a shortish track. Nashville, again a reasonable size one. Michigan, 2 miles. Martinsville, which is one of the more famous short ovals, 1/2 mile. Las Vegas, Kansas, Indianapolis, the road course, of course. They don't race the quad oval, I think you'd call it. Although, they'll probably still try and call it an oval. It's oblong. Homestead, which is a sort of medium-sized Dover. Daytona road course, and the Daytona Super Speedway, again 2.5 miles. Darlington, which is a bit of a weird one because it's sort of, it almost looks like it's been put like a model on the angle, but it's actually tighter on one end than the other by quite a bit. Cota, there. Charlotte road course, Charlotte Oval, which is actually definitely not oval. The Bristol dirt track and the Bristol short track. That's, I think Bristol was the one with some ridiculous, 162,000 seating capacity on a 1/2 mile circuit. It's like, really? And Atlanta. So, all of those, I mean, it's a pretty good selection. How well modelled they all are, I don't know. I haven't tried more than a couple of them yet. But I tried Watkins, and we'll go there, and literally you can set to practice, qualify, race, just a qualifying race, or just a race session only. I'll put it on practice. Field size, partly dynamic clouds, whatever temperature. Complex damage, tyre and fuel consumption on or off. Nascar rules. I don't know why there doesn't appear to be any option to change that, I don't know. Simulated qualifying, random position. And you can obviously go for race length. I assume it assumes 2% of whatever the real race would be at this particular circuit on the year. So, slightly bizarre way of putting it, 2%. 2% of what? As ever. So, we will just nip in here, just to annoy me probably. Right. Loading times, not too bad.
I'm Alex Hayden, welcoming you to the second straight.
I really, in the audio, want an option to turn this fucking person off, because every single bloody session you enter, you get this arsehole waffling at you whilst you are in it. You skip it, and you go into another piece of shit from him. Thank you. Now, use your data pad. This is where you get an overview of what everybody else is doing. Again, this is where you have to use your bloody mouse or your controller, because you can't do anything else. So we go here. Lap data, obviously no laps yet. Options, you can change a few odds and sods here. But if you go to car setup, this is where things. I'll go back over. One of the first annoyances. Right, I got my mouse. I click on lap data. I click on options. I can go to the other one. Go to overview. I go to car setup, and then suddenly options, lap data, and overview don't fucking work anymore. Come on, for fuck's sakes. These are the only setup options you've got. Tight, through loose, 5 settings. You can't change anything else about the car. You can't change the brake pressure. You can't change the brake balance. So if your brakes, as I'll demonstrate in a second, are a tad touchy, you're fucked. So, you might get the impression at the moment I'm not overly. You can actually press on the exit button. Huh. Now, to actually get on track, where's my fucking mouse disappeared to now? Yes, you have to hit the right mouse button to get your mouse cursor back. You have to look at your crew chief to get another fucking menu up to say go to track, look at the data pad, skip session, or back to the main menu. Why the fuck do I have to look at him to do that? Go to the track.
Nice, consistent lap.
I'm going to leave this thing to roll because you can skip this shit as well. And all of a sudden we're flat out on the fucking track. Whether you want it to be or not. Now, the actually sounds like the haven't got auto clutch on or anything, so I don't know if there's an auto clutch option. Bit of a lump in the corner there. I mean, it doesn't feel bad. This is the most annoying thing about it. In terms of the sort of force feedback, it's too light and there's no option to change it. If you want to change anything in any of your settings, you can try farting around in the JSON files if you can find them. I can't actually find where this bloody thing's saving all this fucking local data, so I don't know. I don't know if you noticed there, I'd locked the brake. I'll just let this car past, even though the crew chief didn't tell me anything about him. The steering's or the force feedback's just too light. There's a massive lag between what my wheel's doing and what the on-screen wheel is doing, which is really annoying. you can hear me locking things up left, right and centre to come on the brakes here. Like I said, this is based, of course, and I should have mentioned this at the start, on Unreal Engine 4, I think, combined with rFactor 2's physics. Well, I base presumably this car is based on the sort of 2018 stock car from rFactor 2, and they just nicked the physics for it. Would make sense, why not? And fundamentally it feels quite similar. I did try rFactor 2 with the 2018 stock car, and it feels like it's fundamentally very similar. Only thing is, rFactor's got considerably more FFB available. In fact, the default is far too damned heavy. This is the exact opposite. It's just too damn light. And of course, in rFactor you could go into the settings and change the brake pressure. Can't do that in here, so every time I come down to this first corner I'm stepping on bloody eggshells whilst braking. Even there, hardly any pressure at all, and I'm locked up. So yes, the driving on the road courses is a bit I will just do another lap just to get a time lap on the course, make sure I get a valid one. And I'll show you why I'm doing this in a second. And I'm sure every time I go in it feels slightly bloody different as well, and I'm sure it keeps changing what the bloody degrees of rotation is as well on the wheel. I don't know what it's set to at the moment because there's no way of checking, which is not clever. Right, well that should be a valid lap. I'll just pull off over here so I can press the button to go back to the garage. Now, one thing the other day when I was doing this, every time I went to the track, there was a bloody great jolt on the FFB, and at least 50% of the time or more, I ended up with a bent bonnet because it was applying damage to the car somehow. So it doesn't seem to have done it this time, which is a bit of a miracle. Oh, god damn. Again, you probably heard that thud on the steering there. If I go to the data pad, I've been clicked about 3 times. Where's the lap times? Did anybody see any lap times? I don't see any lap times. I'm not even sure who the hell I was. Who was I? Why am I not me? So I can't remember. I mean, it's showing a lap time here, so I'll have to go back and see who I was. Whoever I was, I'm assuming I'd set a bloody lap time, but you would hope under lap data there'd be some lap data, but nothing. Nada. Fuck all. Again, is this just because you haven't implemented it? Because it needs something else? I don't know. Another thing you look at and go, well, is this game even partially finished? I mean, you put all this sort of crap in the air in, and you're thinking, if you're going to miss a load of shit out, miss out all this crap. Not the actual bits that relate to how you control the car, how you get on with it. I'm going to hit the restart session. And I'm going to go... Fucking great stutter. I don't want to look at my crew chief, I want to go on the track.
We're just looking for good, consistent run here, driver.
Right. Skip. Wait for the thud. There was a little thud. Oh no. We haven't got any damage, so... Like I said, it took me 3 or 4 attempts the other day to do that, but hang on a minute. It's alright, sorry, I was just giving a weather forecast. Well, I I say given a weather forecast, I just checked the BBC weather for somebody to make sure that it's going to be dry this afternoon. Right, but like I said, I tried this the other day. I kept getting damage. The bonnet was crumpled up. I'm not going to bother going through to the next session. I will go into the control settings. You notice if I click there, it's not clicking. My mouse is not doing anything. It's looking left and right. Now if I go in here and actually go controller, now I actually get the vibration on off thing. By the way, if like me you've got a steering wheel and you've got your thing plugged in and connected so you can operate the UI, turn the vibration off. If you have an accident or you go over a rumble strip, the fucking vibration goes off on the controller even though you're not actually using that to control the car. So every time I crashed I got this horrendous thudding noise and I wonder what the fuck it was. And it took me ages to work out. Dead zones, you can apply dead zones, but that only works when you're using your controller to actually control the car. And that bit on the right that tells you what all the different things are for, as it says shift up, shift down, open, close, pick menu, etc. You can't change it. So if you don't like that layout, fuck you really. Apparently some people say you can actually change what buttons doing what in the Steam controller options. I don't want to fuck about in Steam. Come on. You've got the bloody wherewithal to make a fucking thing that allows you to change the damn thing in the game. Do it. It's not a fucking rocket science. Every other bloody game does it. Why can't you? I mean, fuck, even the last versions of all the Nascar games had the option to set all the bloody controls. Why haven't you? Is it because you rushed this shit out the door, or is it because you just really aren't aiming to sell this to anybody? I don't know. I really don't get it. Oh, the other weird thing is when I fired it up on my other machine to try it. Sorry, I'm tapping my again. Try it with a controller. I've actually got a 1610 screen, which is 1920 by 1200. When I pulled this up, I couldn't actually read the bit on the side because it didn't scale the bloody image to fit on that screen. So if you've got a weird size screen, you might find this looks bizarre. Fuck knows what it looked like on a 4.3 screen. I did think about actually connecting one to fire up just to find out, but I really couldn't be arsed. Right, I'm going to quit to the main menu, and because I think we've had enough of... Oh, fuck's sakes. Oh yeah, I was going to say, you can't actually change in here the difficulty effectively. So if you decide you need ABS, you have to drop all the fucking way out. I am going to turn on ABS because, frankly, what the fuck was it? It was on the general, wasn't it? Was it? No. It was over here. Difficulty. I'm going to turn it on for now because, frankly, it's a pain in the arse otherwise. We're going to go to career. Now, I've started a career, and when you go into new career, you basically get a load of options of joining various teams who will pay you so many per race, and you're doing so many races. I'm currently with this particular team, and for some reason they're only doing 9 races. Which is like, well, I really don't get that. Why are they doing different numbers of races? Whatever. Like I said, I haven't played it long enough to actually investigate that, but as you might have gathered from what I've said so far, I'm not planning on playing a shitload of it. Before we just go in here, I will say, having complained about all the things you haven't fucking done, why have you got this fucking shit in here? Frankly, the time he wasted putting in this shit should have been spent on making sure the fucking fundamentals were right. I don't call this a fundamental. This is a nicety you can add later. Unless you've done your own bloody paint schemes using this. But whatever. There are certain things I see in games and I think, why did you fucking waste your time doing that instead of... Oh, God. Yes, fuck off. Instead of doing something else. Right, we're going to continue my career. Or shall I go? No, I will do this. I've done one race. That was at Daytona. That was the Daytona 500. I'm assuming that the distance you do is set to be the same as whatever your rate. As I said, this is a fucking annoyance that you have to listen to this fucking mouthy twat every time you go anywhere. Give people the fucking option to turn that shit off. Yeah, we're at the Daytona road course. We did a race at Daytona. It took me 6 attempts, I think it was, to get to the point where I didn't get killed by the AI. To finish 22nd. It's not the AI are bad. They just don't have the same... they're not as easy to pit manoeuvre as you are, let's put it that way. So the slightest tap with another AI can lead to you dying and them just going, whatever the fuck, didn't feel a thing. So yeah, damned annoying. In terms of car setup, oh fuck's sakes, I've got it on the stable, which is the middle setting, so it should be fairly much a case of it feels okay. We'll find out if that's true or not in a minute. Why do I need to look at him to get a fucking menu to get out of the pits?
Alright, run starts now. Stay focused, stay consistent.
Right, at this point, this is a 70 Hz monitor and we're getting less than 70 Hz. And again, you don't actually leave the pits. Ah, here we go. That damage didn't touch the wall, didn't do anything, it just applied the damage. So, oops, oh shit, cold tyres. Yes, as I said, on Watkins Glen, I was having all sorts of problems where every time I went out it seemed to be slightly different. Oh, one thing about the controllers, the first patch they put out, they fucked up the controller configurations, so you literally have to dive into the Steam library to find the JSON files for the controller and swap the throttle and clutch around, because they managed to fuck it so that the clutch was acting as a throttle and the throttle was acting as a clutch. Yep, how the fuck do you do that? I don't know. Those particular files are exactly the same as the ones from rFactor 2, except they managed to cock that bit up, so I don't know what's going on with that. That was just bizarre. Every single setting is basically exactly as it is in rFactor 2. Now, I don't know if you can actually see on YouTube because it's not that bloody obvious, but don't eat that sausage, because I have actually seen somebody post a video of them being flipped into the air about 300 feet from hitting it. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got that sort of, I don't know, it's got a sort of smeary look to it. The whole thing just doesn't feel crisp. I mean, I've got the textures on ultra, but I've had to turn a load of other shit down to low, and this car really is quite oversteery. I've had to turn a load of shit down to low to just get a decent frame rate. I mean, I've got 1080 Ti and I'm only running a single screen. ACC runs fine. Kartcraft, which is the other Unreal Engine racing game that I play on an occasional basis, that also absolutely runs a treat, and there's, strangely enough, a lot more options for tweaking it. This car is horrendously loose, despite the fact this is meant to be the stable setting. Like I said, the oh fuck me, the FFB is just weak, despite the fact it's got exactly the same FFB file, controller file, as the rFactor 2. Can I get up the bank without killing myself? I don't know if they've just wound the damn thing down. They get ridiculously light steering out of it. I don't know. Oh, fuck me. Bizarrely, the first round at Daytona Speedway, on the actual Super Speedway, the car felt absolutely bloody brilliant. Round here on... oh shit. That still feels like the brakes are locked up. There they are. I've turned the fucking ABS on. How am I locking the brakes up? I can't feel when I'm locking them either. Just all you can hear is the engine note drops off because you've locked the rears. Normally if I was doing that, I'd adjust the brake balance or do something. All you can do in this is not press the pedals too hard and hope for the fucking best.
Clear, clear.
So it's weird on the super speedway around Daytona. It drives a treat. One of the things I will say is if they've based this on all the stuff straight out of rFactor for the 2018 stock car, they did make a load of changes for the 2018 stock car, and what they did was they had 24 different new tyres, so they had a different tyre for every single track.
Clear, clear, clear.
Which is really, that all seems a bit bizarre, but whatever. Now,
Got one right.
I don't know if I actually fancy trying to drive this damn car around here for a race. Again, no fucking lap times. Okay, it's got a map. Woohoo! It's got a track map there, but it hasn't got one on the HUD. Yeah, I can't work that one out either. It also doesn't have any sort of radar that I can see or anything else. I can't see any way that you can do anything with the HUD. So, the fact that the default when you start the game for the camera is actually chase cam probably says a lot about their potential target audience, and thinking that, I mean, this is coming out on console as well, and I get the distinct impression that the PC version may have been a bit of an afterthought. Don't know. Either way, do I really want to have a try out a race? I think what I'll do is I will try... oh, fuck's sakes. I will try a race now, and I'll go to... I'll go to Daytona. Oh, bollocks. Get ready for annoying twat.
I'm Alex Hayden.
Oh, annoying
Daytona
twat.
International Speedway, and we're here for Daytona 500 practice. It's been months since we've seen cars on the track. The car...
And it takes that long to fucking skip the twat. God's sakes. Yeah, I'm just going to drive. I would just drive if there was a menu there that I could just press to drive.
Just like any other. Let's see how those tires last.
Just let me drive the fucking car. Let's try and avoid hitting the wall. Like I said, the wheel is, I mean, it's just laggy as fuck. Between what I'm doing and what's showing up on the wheel, I mean, I'm wiggling my steering wheel from side to side by 5 to 10 degrees, and you're not seeing it on the screen. It's so filtered. It's ridiculous. Also, notice the shadows. Horrible looking shadows. Like I said, I had this on high. I remember there's 5 settings, so low, medium, high, ultra and an epic. On high it wouldn't hold 70 frames a second around here, and it looked shit, frankly, still. So I really can't work out what you need to change to actually make this look anything like decent. Everything looks too bright as well, and if you turn it down just 1 notch on the brightness, there is actually a brightness control. Turn it down 1 notch, everything looks too dark. So it goes from way too bright to too dark in 1 notch, but that's about it. So I may have set this up so there's only one other AI I'm racing against. I don't know, but here we go. Again, it would be nice if it actually allowed you to work your way on the fucking racetrack, because getting released at high speed, potentially on a slight corner, is let's put it a bit fucking dangerous. Return to garage. Use a data pad. Has it got any times on it? No. Short Cara. See, I just done some laps, and not sure if this will work or not. I'm gonna go back out on track.
All right, let's get rolling here. Nice, consistent lap.
Yeah. Skip. Oops. Got several cars behind me, but whatever.
Got one right. Clear, clear, clear.
Front tyres are absolutely locked there.
Yeah, you're definitely going the wrong way there.
Right, I've been black flagged fucking instantly. If you have an accident and you spin, you get black flagged. If you turn around, you get black flagged. So I go, right, fuck it, restart the session. Now, restarting the session to me means go back to where you started. So, look at me, crew chief. Go to the track.
Nice, consistent run.
Skip. Oh, it hasn't done it this time. Several times I've been black flagged and it wouldn't fucking clear it when I restart the session. Typically it does it this time, but whatever. I've got the brakes locked. The tyres, I feel like they're locked completely. Why can't I hear the tyres? Right, skip to the next session.
Well executed. Let's get focused for qualifying.
Talk about talk bollocks. Right, is that me, is it? Apparently I didn't do a lap time. That's clever, isn't it? How did I not do a lap time? Was that me? I can't remember. Whatever. Go to the next session.
We're here for Daytona 500 qualifying day. I'm Alex Hayden of MRN, here to bring you all the action. Mock runs were made in practice. The crews have pushed the...
As I said, fuck me, how annoying can you be? And the fact that you can't skip the twat for at least 5 or 6 seconds.
2 good ones here. Give it all you got.
Right, 2 laps. Let's see if we can actually do this without dying again. Again, look at those horrible looking shadows. Because I think I've got shadows on medium or low now. Like I said, round here it actually feels quite reasonable, but then this is like flat out in as much downforce as you're probably going to get on one of these. So. Relax. Turn left. Relax. Turn left. Oh, 11th. I think that's me, 11th anyway, so.
Alex Hayden here, welcoming you to the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. This historic 2.5-mile super speedway showcased.
Really? And again, I have to look at my crew, and I have to press a different fucking button to look at my crew chief. Go to the track. Skip. Oh, I'm actually racing.
Ready.
Now, annoying as it is, I'm going to restart that. And I'm going to restart it for a very good reason. To see whether or not it's doing this same shit it was earlier. Now,
Stay right. Clear, clear.
yeah, fuck off, I'm not doing anything. How delayed is that crew chief? Right. Yeah, skippy, skippy, skippy. Right, watch the caution thing. It's oh, fucking typical. Earlier on, when I was doing the career bit, it was on caution, and it stayed on caution even after the bloody start-finish line, so I didn't know it going green. Then when I restarted, I got a call to go green, and then the third time I restarted, it went caution and stayed there. So it was all over the bloody shop.
You're three. All clear.
How's if you change
All
gear?
right. Clear, clear.
You will notice that I can't actually see most of the mirror on the right hand side at the top there, so I can't actually see what the fuck is behind me on the outside. Really useful that. I know the spotter's telling me
Still there.
somebody's there, but half the time he doesn't actually say the right bloody thing.
Clear, clear. Car right. Still next to you. Clear, clear. Got one right.
Oh
Still
shit.
next to you.
When you lift off the throttle, this thing has a horrible habit of jumping to the right around here, which is a bit nasty. Let's see if I can actually finish the race. I think it's only going to be about 4 laps, but am I getting enough of a pull? Might go to creep
Goodbye. Gets
past.
you up top. Car right.
This is going to be a hold your breath job.
Still next to you. All clear.
You- Don't be surprised if I die. See, I might even have a button that says look behind me, but I don't know what the fuck it is. Because I can't check the assignments. So, if I start pressing buttons, I might change the camera, I might do something. God knows what I'm going to do. So, oh shit. Again, I lifted slightly and shot to the right slightly, so
One left. Clear all around.
watch the car ahead bounce all over the bloody place. Oh no, it didn't do it that badly that time.
Last lap. Stay left. Still there. Middle of 3.
Oh fuck.
Clear, clear.
Late call to tell me I was middle of 3. Yep. Now, if I had a track map, I'd look at it to see whether or not it's clear to go back on the track. But I haven't, so I can't. And now I'm last. Fuck it. Whatever. So, all in all, what do I think of it? I think at 50 fucking quid, or whatever it is, it's ridiculously overpriced. Has it got potential? Yeah. Have they really got enough of an audience to be able to get away with putting out this shit in the state it currently is and get away with it? I don't know. Frankly, I think a lot of people have already gone, no, fuck it. Something like 80% of all the people who have checked it out so far and put a review on Steam have gone, fucking don't touch it with a barge pole. And I have to say, based on the one oval race, it doesn't feel too bad. What it'll feel like on a short oval where you're having to brake a bit, I don't know. It's probably fine on Talladega, it's probably fine on here, but short ovals, road courses, it needs the option to do a shitload more with everything else. Oh, well, put the replay on, you can have a laugh at that.
I think we're done. Motors killed.
Suddenly my bonnet's fucked. Yeah. Do you need to say a lot more about the replay? I mean, it's not just the fact that it's rattling about all over the place. The blur on it. I don't know whether that's down to some shit with the motion blur or what. But look at it, and frame rate has dropped below 70. It's down to 50 now, 55. That's ridiculous. I mean, ACC, Kartcraft, they look better than this and they work better than this in terms of frame rate. So I don't know why this is so absolutely bloody awful, but yeah. All in, give it a few months, or if you really, really, really want to play some NASCAR games, buy Heat 4 or Heat 5, at least in known quantities. Heat 4 especially apparently got some really good reviews, and I've got it, and it was £3.50. I only bought it. I think I bought it as part of a package on Humble Bundle, along with a load of other stuff. But I bought Heat 5 the other day, that was less than £5. And it has not only the Cup series, it has the Infinity series, the Truck series, whatever that is, and some Dirt series as well. So you got 4 different series in it, shitload more content. It's a nicely polished product. You can use your wheel to get around the menus as well, and assign different buttons for different things, and it looks great. So okay, it feels a bit more arcadey, but at the end of the day, I'd rather have a nicely polished product than something that's basically lacking some of the fundamentals. And if you're not even going to allow people to change what bloody buttons they use to change gear, I have to say you really have, and then put in things like customisation, have all these horrendous arseholes in voiceover all the time that you can't skip, as well as that ridiculously noisy intro, you're just going to piss people off. If that's what you were trying to do, you've succeeded. So for now, I'll say, yeah, don't touch it with a barge pole, probably. Obviously, if it's going dirt cheap, sort of a £5, buy it. It can only get better, hopefully, if they actually are serious about making a decent game out of it. If they're not, I'd give it a few months and it'll probably be £1.50 in the bargain basement. So, from me, for now, that was NASCAR. I was going to say Ignition. What's the damp version of that? Must be a damp version of Ignition somewhere. But not something I would recommend to anybody at the moment. So, for me, for now, disappointed. It had potential. It had the right ingredients with rFactor 2 physics and Unreal Engine as the graphics, and it seems to have failed on at least half of that and all the other irritations that it has been supplied with. So, for me, for now, enjoy your racing. Not in this probably, but whatever else you're playing, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.